Darcy on Today FM.
100 to 102 Today FM, 53102 to get in contact. Now, as we have said, Paul Gill joins us in studio every week to discuss your dreams. You get to send your dreams into live@todayfm.com, fergal@todayfm.com, or 53102. And we want as much information as you can give us. We want your sex, whether you're male or female. We want your age, if it's there, because there's all pinches on it. And we want as much detail as you can offer. Now, there's several dreams in here. Paul, thank you so much for joining me in studio.
Okay, yeah, what have we got?
Well, before we go there, I just want to tell people that they can check you out on paulgill.ie, and they can also check you out on Facebook as well. Paul, of course, is the author of The Definitive Book of Dreams, which is available in most good bookstores. Here we go. Jacinta's in Wexford. She's got in contact. She says, I have a dream where I go home to my parents' house. As I come into the kitchen, it is filled with smoke. I see a saucepan on the cooker boiling over, and I pull it aside. Just then, my mother starts yelling at me as if I caused the place to be full of fumes. I point out that it was her fault as she left the pot unattended. She is having none of it and points over my shoulder into the hall. I think she is about to tell me to get out, but then I see the wallpaper in the hall is on fire. I'm about to protest my innocence when I notice that my clothes are in flames. I must have caused the fire when I came in. Interesting. And the significance of flames in this too as well, and fire. Paul, what are you giving me?
It's anger. And if you look at all the words that are in there, like there's the pot boiling, there's fumes in the place, it's inflamed. It's anger got to do with her and her mother. So she comes into the house, she goes into the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of the home. Everything happens in the kitchen. It's supposed to be a place where you have conversation and you're nourished. But in her case, then the pot is boiling, and it's her mother calling the pot black, kettle calling the pot black. Her mother blames her for the thing, and then she's retaliating and saying, well, no, actually it's your fault, you left the thing on there and you left it unattended. But she realises then in that her mother points at the hall, she's come through the hall and she's caused the fire and she's caused the flame. She realises that it's her part in the disagreement, because she realised her clothes are on fire. Fire's got to do with anger.
Well, this is a good mature dream too as well, because when you look at it from the outskirts, you're kind of saying to yourself, well, if she realises that she's part of the problem, then she'll also realise that she's part of the solution.
Yes,
so there
it takes two to have an argument.
Takes two to tango. There you go. Bernard's got in contact. Well, Bernie, let's see, can we help you out? I'm swimming at my local leisure centre. When I touch the end wall, I flip on my back, and then I notice that I'm looking up at a blue sky. I'm confused. I turn over to my front, and now I'm at the sea. I don't know what has happened. The waves are getting bigger and bigger, and I feel it's only a matter of time before I'm going under. Just then, I see my business partner on the shore. He throws a fishing net in my direction, which gets bigger and bigger, and it comes towards me. Then I wake up. Thank God. That's an interesting dream. I'd love to know your take on it.
I was wondering where he was going with that dream until he gave me the punchline, which was his business partner was on the shoreline. So he's water and dreams. Water's got to do with emotions, and water in a local leisure centre is man-made. It's confined. It's safe.
It's funny you'd say that now, because anyone who does tarot cards, they always say that water is all derivative of emotions. Same way that wands would be enterprise, swords would be challenges, and pentacles would be materialism. So it's pretty much the same thing. People always say that when the water flows, the foot's in the water, you're open.
And you have to look at the circumstances of where the water is. So in first instance, it's in a leisure centre, it's in a pool, it's man-made, it's safe. The second, then he flips over on his back and suddenly he's at sea. Like it's a blue sky and he's at sea and he's wondering, how did I get here? I think this has got to do with his business, because why is it his business partner that's on the shore?
Is it going under?
Yeah, he feels like he's going under. So his business partner is throwing him the net, the safety line. That's the thing. So it's all about his business, whether his business is currently in difficulty or whether his business partner is
Well, Bernard, if you could get in contact with us at 53102 and let us know, does that actually make sense? Now, we've had some great feedback over the past few weeks for some of the dreams Paul has given, where people go, that makes perfect sense. That's exactly what's going on in my life. So I'd be very surprised if you're wrong in this situation, Paul. Last but not least, I have very little time left. Jack has gone in contact. He's located in Monaghan, and he says, I had a weird dream that I can walk through walls. I'm delighted with my newfound ability. At first, I push through the wall slowly, and then I run hard at the wall and pass through it as if it wasn't there. I see some of my friends up the street, and they can't wait I can't wait to tell them, but they laugh at me, and when I prove to them that I can do it, when I go to prove it to them, I can't do it. I feel like a right idiot. They walk off and they leave me. I'm angry and lash out at the wall. Now my hand passes through it, no bother at all, and I know I have the ability back, and I'm about to run back to my friends again, but think better of it. and don't. What does this mean?
It's from Jack, is it?
It's from Jack.
Yeah, well, being able to break through walls, there's no boundaries, no limitations on his life. He's found that he has the ability to make progress of his life, to transition from one place into the next. And at first he's a little bit scared of it. That's why he's doing it slowly, tentatively. And then he realises he can just run and jump through walls, that there's no boundaries. And in his enthusiasm then, he sees his friends and he wants to share this with them. But they make little of him because they want to test him and want to see can he prove it. And obviously he can't do it. So I think it's saying to Jack that he needs to move on from this set of friends. I think they're restricting him, they're limiting him, they don't believe in him, and he needs to move on. And then when he lashes out in anger, he realises, well, I can actually do this, I can pass through walls. And he decides in the end, I'm not going to bother telling them, I'm not going to bother proving, because he doesn't need to prove himself to anybody.
So it's his subconscious basically telling him, which often is the case when it comes to dreams, is his subconscious is telling him what to do in this situation. It's saying you're in the wrong company.
I think so. He's been limited, he's been curtailed by his current company.
Brilliant. Paul, thank you so much for joining me. PaulGill.ie is that website. Psychotherapist, hypnotherapist, and of course Dream Analyzer will be with us next week again. Send in any dreams you have to live@todayfm.com. Paul, till next week, I salute you.
Fergal Darcy on Today FM.